Hi, my name is Maggie Baskell and I'm the Community Development Specialist for Nex-Tech. And I'm here to deliver a presentation about the benefits of a fiber-built community. This presentation has been delivered to a number of different communities throughout our service area, talking about the economic development benefits that come with having a fiber-to-the-premise infrastructure. If you're unsure whether or not you live in a community served by fiber-to-the-premise, feel free to contact a local office to find out. What I'd like to do first is start the presentation off with a quote. This quote was written by a woman who's in the telecommunications industry herself and has also experienced living in a big city on the East Coast and moved to a small rural town on the West. Something that she said she noticed is that rural America has too long been looked at as a problem to be solved rather than an opportunity to be exploited. I very much agree with her thinking. I see all around us so many people have such a habit of comparing ourselves to others and comparing of all of maybe what we don't have compared to what some people maybe do have. One thing that we have here across much of our territory in northwest and central Kansas is fiber to the premise. I believe it's something that we should begin to market ourselves about and to share with the world. So you might be asking, what exactly is fiber? What exactly is fiber to the premise? And what should it mean to me if it doesn't mean something already? Well, what I'd like to do is take a moment and share with you a short video that will explain this.
Imagine a world where lightning-speed internet connections are as common as telephone service, where taking a class online is like being there in person, or where video on demand lets you watch your niece's school play in California from your laptop at home in New York. It's all possible with fiber to the home, and for many people, it's already happening. In this tutorial, we'll explore how fiber to the home works and how it's transforming the way we live, work, and play. Fiber to the home is a technology that delivers high bandwidth or information carrying capacity at high speed. Think of bandwidth like a road. If a 56K modem is your driveway, then fiber to the home is an 8-lane highway. Much more information can move at a much faster pace. Fiber to the home carries data via optical fiber, strands of pure glass about the diameter of a human hair. These fibers are connected directly to the home, where they deliver not only internet access, but also telephone, high-quality video services, and even security or home automation. Fiber to the home is more than 1,000 times faster than dial-up and more than 50 times faster than DSL, cable modem, or T1 business connections. The fiber connection is always on, so there's no need to log in and no disruption of phone service. Internet, phone, and television services can be bundled into one convenient bill, which can cost less than paying for each service individually. Fiber's greatest advantage is its information carrying capacity. DSL and cable modem can provide relatively fast internet service and are doing so today. But only fiber with its virtually unlimited bandwidth can go beyond the basics to offer truly life-enhancing applications. Fiber to the home applications create new opportunities in all areas of life, from communication and recreation to business, education, and medicine. For people who don't live near a university or professionals who want to continue their education from home, fiber to the home makes distance learning a reality. Many people work from home part or full-time thanks to their fiber to the home connections, saving hours of commuting. Online gaming works better using a high-speed fiber to the home connection. Music and video are available for download today, and only fiber to the home provides enough bandwidth to conveniently and quickly access them. In some connected communities, networked security cameras in playgrounds and bus stops let parents check on their children remotely. And homeowners are exploring home automation options, like monitoring their home's lighting and heating via the web during vacations. That's only the beginning. As fiber to the home becomes widely available, these applications will become part of daily life, while new ones continue to emerge. Home safety and management may become even more networked, with intelligent appliances that automatically call for help when they break down. Telemedicine services could replace some trips to the doctor's office and allow a medical specialist thousands of miles away to work with your doctor in real time to treat you. Only one technology has the bandwidth capability to handle all these applications and more, and that's fiber to the home. There's much more to come, so stay tuned for more on fiber to the home from Corning. Because when you want information on fiber to the home, it makes sense to ask the company that invented fiber for communications.
What I'd like to do now is take a deeper look into what that video just shared with us. What I hope you gained from the video is that with unlimited bandwidth, we have unlimited possibilities. When thinking of bandwidth, remember to think of the road that the video showed where the data is moving along the highway freely. With fiber to the premise, we have unlimited possibilities. I'm also going to break this presentation down into the three categories that the video did: live, work, and play. The first being live. We're going to talk about home, education, healthcare, and also cloud computing. Let's start first with home. Home automation is a very interesting topic and can incorporate a lot of different technologies and services. Imagine this: a refrigerator that can take inventory, provide you a menu for supper, or even purchase your groceries. Yes, that's possible, and they are out there. And it is a possibility with fiber to the premise. Other such technology and services that may come with home automation is heating, ventilation, and air conditioning elements, plant yard watering systems, lighting, and even video surveillance, all of which the video talked about. One thing that I want you to consider when looking at home automation is so many of us sit here and think we're fine with the way things are. We don't need all of these advanced services. However, what I'd want you to look at is that we in our area have been facing population decline for a number of years, and we want to entice the youth to come back to our area. Well, one such way I see in which we can do this is through technology. Most youth love and embrace technology, and if we live in an area that embraces that as well, we're much more able to entice those youth to returning to our area. Not only all of that, but the Fiber to the Home Council, which is a national organization that Nex-Tech is a part of, recently commissioned a survey. In this survey, they found people that were looking to buy homes, and they asked a question. They said, what is the number one thing that you are looking for in your home purchase? They listed ideas such as green space with parks, a large yard, access to healthcare, access to education, and technology such as fiber to the premise. More often than not, people were marking fiber to the premise. You might be asking, why is this so important to us here? Well, it is important because recent statistics show that only about 18 to 20% of U.S. households currently have a fiber to the premise connection, and we have it right here in Northwest and Central Kansas. Has anyone ever taken an online class? Distance learning is quickly becoming the norm in rural areas, mostly because in our rural areas we are a vast distance away from a college or a university that we would like to go to get an education. Looking at myself, I'm about an hour and a half away from the closest university. By the time I would drive, find a place to park, attend my class, and drive home, most of the day is gone. However, now with fiber to the premise, we have more options. We've always had a distance learning ability with dial-up internet and DSL and some of the technologies of the past, or that some might even still be using. However, with fiber to the premise, there's a lot more options. Now, students can take virtual field trips and they can participate just as if they were in the actual classroom themselves. Let's take a look at telemedicine and patient monitoring as well. This is definitely a growing area in our side of the world because we are an aging population and we live probably several hours away from the closest major hospital or specialist that we may be in need of. One such organization that is creating a buzz in the world of telemedicine is the Veterans Administration. They have started implementing outreach centers. One such outreach center is in Burlington, Colorado, where a patient can come in, they are set down with a technician and a high-resolution camera, and they sit in front of a screen and they can talk with a specialist that may be several hours away in Denver or another major city. Not only can they have this consultation, but there's also remote plugins that allow that specialist hours and hours away to look into the patient's eyes, ears, nose, throat, and even hear the way that they're breathing and their heartbeat. These examples are also present in our hospitals around our area as well. Different sorts of examples might be digital imagery. A lot of our hospitals with a fiber to the premise connection have started to be able to convert all of their imagery into digital files, which means they can then send those to a specialist to be read that may be hours and hours away. It used to be that they would postal mail these, so it would take days to get a response, where now it might just take a matter of minutes. This in turn results in better patient care and is all possible with a fiber to the premise connection. Let's take a look at cloud applications or cloud services. Cloud is really a buzzword that a lot of people have probably heard a lot about lately, whether on the internet, on particular websites, on TV, the radio, what have you. Cloud is basically just a fancy term that means the internet. A great example of cloud computing is this presentation. I was able to go online and subscribe to the application without ever even paying anything and utilize all of their abilities from putting graphics on, text, video, and etc. without actually having to go to a store and purchase software and come home and install it on my computer. Those days are quickly coming to an end. That being said, Nex-Tech also had several different cloud applications or services that are available for businesses to use. That being said, let's go ahead and switch to the work category. Are businesses really looking to expand, relocate, or start up here? Yes, they are. In fact, there's many different examples. One such example that I want to talk about is Honda in a manufacturing plant that they implemented in Greensburg, Indiana. No, this does not fall within our service area, but it's one of the best examples that I've seen thus far. In the early 2000s, Honda was looking for a place to implement this manufacturing plant, and as most businesses do, they developed a short list of communities where they could possibly put this in. Greensburg, Indiana ended up on their list. At that same time, the communications company in Greensburg was also implementing a fiber-to-the-premise network. They were able to share with Honda, hey, we're putting in this network here, we're going to be able to meet all of your communication needs. So in 2008, Honda placed their manufacturing plant right there in Greensburg. Why is this so amazing, you ask? Because Greensburg is a rural town of about 10,000 people, and they were able to get this company to come in that employs 2,000 people at full capacity. What an economic development boost. There are also stories like this around northwest and central Kansas. We just don't realize it. One such great example is Natoma Corporation in Norton, Kansas. Darren Campbell, the general manager at Natoma Corp, shares that they can actually have this high-tech business in a small town because of Nex-Tech and the capabilities that they have with fiber to the premise. Another great example is the McCarty Dairy over in Rexford, Kansas. They share that their access to information in a very rapid fashion is imperative to their business's success. Let's examine a few of the direct benefits that come along with having a fiber-to-the-premise infrastructure for businesses and individuals who are working. Telecommuting is a great example of something that's available with a large amount of bandwidth, such as fiber-to-the-premise. Many employers are opening their doors for their employees to begin to telecommute, which is great because there are so many employees who I think would love the opportunity to live wherever they would like to, as long as they could move their job along with them. Video conferencing is another such direct benefit that comes with having this type of network put in place. One word, Skype. Skype is an online application, a free form of video conferencing that many individuals and businesses are utilizing today. Not only that, but fiber to the premise makes Skype work that much easier because of the unlimited bandwidth that is available. Let's look at large file transportation. A lot of this we've already discussed as far as the hospitals are concerned when they're sending their large detailed digital imagery. However, there's a lot of other professions that benefit from this as well, such as engineering or really anybody that's wanting to send a large detailed image. Another benefit is off-site backup. A lot of businesses, especially those that are small, might not have the resources available or the opportunity to have the backroom equipment or all the servers or computers that are necessary for their off-site backup. With a fiber-to-the-premise connection, another business, such as Nex-Tech, can house the servers or the computers needed, much like cloud computing. Let's look at e-commerce. E-commerce is something that's very important in this day and age, and if you only retain a few things out of this presentation, I hope that this is definitely something that you pick up on. Statistics show that approximately 75% of small businesses have websites, which sounds great. However, that other 25% that doesn't, I really wonder what their excuse is. Today, when somebody's wanting to look up information, where is the first place that they turn? Generally the internet or the yellow pages. If you're not available in one of those two areas, good luck being found. As far as e-commerce is concerned, out of the 75% that have websites, only a quarter of that 75% are actually taking advantage of e-commerce opportunities. What I'm saying is only a quarter of those are actually selling their products online. Now, if we take a look at all of the communities that we live in and look at those businesses that are selling the unique or interesting products, that if they just place them online, they'd be able to bring dollars into your community and also into their pockets. Hosted PBX. Now this is something that sounds a little bit confusing, but it really isn't. This involves phone systems. In the past, if a business wanted a phone system, they had to purchase the phone system and also the backroom equipment it takes to run the phone system. Not only that, but if there were any issues that came up or any maintenance that needed scheduled, they also had to have somebody on staff to do that maintenance or hire somebody to come in. However, hosted PBX is different. It's a hosted solution where the business can actually lease the phone system, and then all that backroom equipment is housed somewhere else. Again, somewhere such as Nex-Tech. Agriculture. There's a number of different people, farmers, ranchers, etc. in our communities that are utilizing fiber to the premise or broadband for their agricultural needs. From seed dealers to those people who are auctioning off their horses online, fiber to the premise just makes it that much easier. Let's switch gears now and talk about some of the fun aspects, the play. Applications, definitely an area that we could spend a lot of time talking about because of all of which is available. A lot of our customers talk about the value that they see in using the fiber to the premise network and connecting with their grandkids through Facebook or business partners through even Skype. The possibilities with applications are endless, from gaming to music to videos. All is available, and with fiber to the premise, they run easier and more efficiently. With videos, a fantastic service that is available through Nex-Tech is video on demand. A person doesn't even have to leave their couch to watch the newest released movies, to watch local content or other TV programming. Just a couple examples of our local content that is available is barbecue cooking shows, exercise programming, and more. No one knows for certain what the future is going to bring and what the next big thing will be, but we can look at what the current trends have been, from smartphones to apps to Skype to texting. All require one core component: bandwidth. What is one way we can have unlimited bandwidth? With fiber to the premise. And most of our communities in Northwest and Central Kansas have fiber to the premise. It is the best technology that is available. Those that don't have it want it, or they need it. Those that do have it should utilize it for all that it's worth. It's one way that we can set our communities apart from those that don't have it. What is a way that we can market ourselves to showcase that we do have this? The Nex-Tech Fiber Network logo. Many of our communities have began to use this logo on community materials, areas such as their website, brochures, maybe even welcome baskets to welcome new residents or businesses to the area. If your community is not utilizing this logo, find out how to. If you have any questions in regards to this presentation, feel free to contact myself, Maggie Baskell. You can reach me at 785-567-4281, or you can email me at mabaskell@nextech.com.